Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Through the Tomes, Dungeons & Dragons adventure show, where a group of understanding and patient friends gather together to experience an amateur DM guiding them through his first campaign ever of Dungeons & Dragons, using modules and adventure settings and pre-built content, and putting it all together to kind of like form a little campaign for all of us to enjoy, to showcase all the amazing things that are available out there. I'm Petey Rave, your aforementioned amateur DM, and here with me is my party, my very patient, understanding party. We've got playing Wind and Summer, Daisy.
Hey everybody, just want to give a quick shout out to Esteban Ocon for winning the Hungarian GP. I like to think it was due to his consistency. You see that very well.
Nice.
Yeah.
God.
Yes. Hologram.
It was wonderful. Yes.
You got that. You got
your shiny
Ocon.
French driver.
Ocon. Yes. Playing Tobold Toby Underborough, we've got Brett.
Oh, I'm just brushing up on the fine work of FF Rigby, the playing the recorders.
Yes.
Yes. We've got playing Lucius Zanero, Matt.
I am plan on drinking my Martin House Brewing Company Parker County Peach beer while listening to a recording of the Threepenny Opera.
Nice. Yes.
Oh wait, that's not. Wait a minute. Where's Mac the Knife? Okay.
Yes.
All
right.
Well,
Is that the album you're bringing next time you're on Record Breakers?
I will find out.
I mean, I will. I'm all about the story of a police officer's daughter and her boyfriend.
Yes. And of course, last but not least, we've got playing Solero Italian, Drew.
I didn't bring any props, but I am going to drink this refreshing Zoa, the energy drink of playing the rock on.
Yes.
Oh, hey, is that the one that I get like advertised to me? Okay.
Zoa.
I'm actually not, because I opened it on Saturday and there's like this much left.
Oh, gross.
So it's probably
you're not living moss.
Yes. No.
Or maybe I'll have some of these wavy Funyun chips.
Wavy Funyuns, like
Yeah.
that was where you got me.
Funyun. Also, shout out to what we ran out, but before I could get to this podcast, Malta Hatuey.
Yeah.
It's not. I know you want to say Hatuey, but it's Hatuey. It's actually a very important historical figure in Cuban history, who has a Malta, like repurposed Malta that named after him, and a beer as well, which I love. But we ran out and I had an empty bottle sitting around, so I thought I'd shout it out. But what I am drinking is a new one. This is a new one from Hecha in Miami, made in Miami, from Vesa Sur Brewing Company. It's a Mangolandia. It is a mango wheat ale. And I'm going to crack it open with another product from a great, locally sourced craft brewing brand, my Bud Light bottle opener from Super Bowl 51.
Hey, I have a 22 Jump Street bottle opener that floats around these parts.
Nice.
So you do what you got to.
Yes. You can smell the mango. It's nice. You can taste the mango. I'm gonna listen.
taste the mango.
It tastes like mango LaCroix, except slightly mangoer.
Yeah, I was wondering how mangoes and wheat beer, like.
I can't. If I were to sum it up in 2 words, it's nothing spectacular.
Okay.
Wow. Rousing.
Wow. So that's probably the sickest review that we've heard from PD, like, almost ever.
Yeah.
No, sir. It does not taste like anything.
It's fine.
Certainly
it's like,
nothing
it
good.
like...
Yeah, it's fine. Put it on the can. PD Rave. It's fine.
Honestly, this has been like the case for a lot of this brand's beers. Has been like they just are there. That's kind of a bummer.
Your palate is now too mature. Oh, you just can't settle. Hashtag not like the other beers.
Which is also, although slightly more mango-y, but I've always had LaCroix explained to me as it tastes like seltzer water and then somebody burped the flavor into it.
Yeah.
Like somebody ate a mango, burped into some seltzer water, and then bottled it. Here's LaCroix.
Yeah.
So slightly more mango-y than a mango burp into some water.
A little bit more mango-y, yeah.
Are you a fan of chemistry and the way that chemistry tastes?
Yes.
Let me introduce you to LaCroix.
Yeah.
I like TV static with slight fruit.
Yes. I like pop rocks without the pop, all pop but no rock. Yeah.
I think one of the jokes that I remember seeing, and I don't remember where it is, and I wish I could credit it. But it was definitely somebody else. That should be on the record. It was somebody said that LaCroix is like you're drinking seltzer water while somebody is shouting the name of the flavor from the other room.
Yes, I have heard that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fair.
While we're all dunking on LaCroix still, I have also heard it described as LaCroix is what the color khaki tastes like.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what doesn't lack flavor and excitement? Dungeons and Dragons. We
Four white
played
people playing TNT with human.
Yes.
What?
Yes. We still bring the flavor. We're here to play Dungeons and Dragons. We're here to continue our campaign. We're back to it after our little excursion onto Drillidan's Island last
3-hour tour.
Yes, which we will be going back to that anytime, and probably any future time where we need a side quest adventure. We will return to the Mystery Island where we last left our
For those who weren't there were talking dinosaurs
and bats.
What? No way.
Talking
Yes.
dinosaurs. One which got stabbed, but it wasn't too bummed out about it. Who can stop?
Yeah. She was like, "Hey, I get it." she was a little mad that you interrupted what she was doing, but she was like, "I get it." It's
I'm a
the
giant
situation.
dinosaur.
Didn't hurt too bad. It's also, she's a character rating of 8, and she could have eaten you very easily.
We tested this. We played the strength tester, and it was like 3d10.
Yes. Luckily, she was never going to be a hostile creature. But that's pulling the curtain back. But that's the other adventure. That's the side quest adventure. I think everyone should check it out. It was a fun little thing. It's going to be exciting next time we get to go back to that. But we get to our main campaign because we have our own shenanigans going on here. To recap, we are in the midst of doing an adventure courtesy of Adventures Await called Silver Tongue. The Silver Tongue. The gang met up with they found a mysterious note that was being discarded and taken off of the job board and bounty board from one of the districts in Port Damali. meeting a person at a place and getting some money. They found there a noblewoman after kind of like going to the place and looking around. They were approached by a noblewoman that asked them to look into what's going on with her husband, who has had a drastic change in demeanor and personality, and has fired his staff, has been hanging out with unsavory folks seemingly. She wanted you to stake out what he's been up to. So the gang accepted the task, staked out the manor to see where Midrin, the nobleman, or seemingly the nobleman, was getting out to. They followed him. They were unsuccessful in keeping a low profile. The man that they followed slinked into a dead end alley, through which they followed, not finding anybody within that alley. That's a key detail. You followed a dead end alley and nobody was there. And they were ambushed by several nefarious types, and what they also found out was a at times invisible, fiendish creature that was accompanied them. They had a scuffle. It was, they were hurt. The party was hurt quite a bit, but they were able to take down and cause enough of a threat to the thugs to which they retreated, or at least they left. And one of the thugs one of the goons, one of the goon squad that was sent to beat them up, that they knocked out, had a pamphlet slip out of his pocket for I believe it was the Devil's Nook, a brothel. I have it right here. Devil's Nook, a brothel.
A whorehouse.
It says it's high end, according to my notes.
Brothel, yeah, a high-end brothel, known to them, on the other side of town. I'm trying to find the journals. Journal entries. Okay.
He's out with a whore.
Okay. But okay. That being said, I'm gonna pull. I forgot that I gotta pull up. I've got an actual DM screen, but it's also in the way of my computer screen.
Oh no.
Let me move drinks around so I don't spill beer on myself. But yeah, so you are coming off of this battle, but you have a piece of information that is actionable. You are,
yeah, ouch. That's actionable.
But you're out of combat. You're not currently fighting, and you don't necessarily have a ticking clock. At least you don't believe. So there you have you have your decisions that ahead of you. What you're kind of in this dark alley. What would you like to do? Would you like to pursue this lead, or would you like to take a rest for the evening and pursue the following evening?
I kind of figured we would just follow this lead, because why not? But also make sure if anybody's hurt that they have the opportunity to get healed up.
Okay. So yeah, so
can we do a little bit of both so that I may heal myself and then sit around and think for a while?
A short rest. And
So I can get a spell back.
Would you guys want to do a short rest?
I'd be down for that because I'm just assuming like we chased the husband down the alley, ran into the thugs, but like there's no trace of the husband.
Yeah. So yeah.
That
Yeah.
we know of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can. I would say. I wouldn't even have you guys need to roll for investigation. I would say, yeah, go ahead and take your short rest. Enough of you are super nosy. Also, I forgot to mention, Lucius isn't here.
I was about to ask that in text chat. Like, just to be clear, I'm not here, right?
Yeah. Just as a heads up. He's just here for the banter.
Absolutely. I'm here to talk about bass guitars, upright basses, groove boxes.
Yes, exactly.
Recorders.
But yeah, as you so everyone except for Lucius, go ahead and take your short rest. In wherever you want to do it. And do your hit dice wherever you want to do as far as hit dice. I think it's basically.
Wait, are we? Oh my God. Okay, I was real confused. I was like, wait a second, hold on, something seems wrong. I was still on the character from last session.
Yeah.
I went to hit it and I was like, wait, why does this say rogue? That's not right. Oh wait.
You're a little goblin.
Am I not doing short rest correctly?
You should be.
Because I
was about to do it in D&D Beyond.
That's what I was doing it in.
Yeah,
and we're resetting maximum
HP. Prompt you. You should be short rest. Remember, not long rest.
So yeah, so I it's.
And then you should be able to just do your hit dice manually, I think, and then just whatever you want to do.
All right, 1d8 plus 2.
Yeah.
Total 5. Yeah, I have to do that manually, I guess.
Yeah, or you can do however many hit dice you'd like.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so you can do that.
Still, ouch, guys. I had a whole hour to sit here and say ouch.
Yeah, and you have enough. I think you have, even without the passive perception 20 guy, you have enough snoopy people to be able that are looking around, and there's nothing to really say where the guy went. And he definitely didn't go past where you didn't. Yeah, there's you didn't see him go past you.
I am going to cast Healing Word on myself. I don't know how to target myself from D&D Beyond, but I can do math.
Yeah, you just do the math.
Yay! I'm still ouched. And I can't do anything.
Where's my...
Okay.
Hold on. I swear I've got something that can help.
2d4 plus 2. Great.
Well, what if I used Healing Spirit right now?
Oh my.
I don't know. Those violins came out.
That's ominous.
Yeah. You can do that, yeah.
This Healing Spirit would essentially be, in battle, it seems like it's just a spirit that stands there, and each time you do something in it, you get a 1d6 hit die.
Yeah, you could, if you'd like,
omens are good.
You could say that you cast that
Wait.
just as you started your short rest, and if you want.
So, and then what's my spell? Spells
spell modifier?
Yeah.
Should
Where do I
be
find them?
above your spells. If you click spells on your
Okay.
This
your
is
spell
like,
attack modifier, I should say, and then your spell DC, and your modifier is +2.
So then 1 plus spellcasting ability modifier, which is 2, so that's 3. So essentially he would get 3d6
Yeah.
of healing.
Okay. Okay.
I'm reading that right?
Whenever your creature can see it moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn, you can cause the spirit to restore 1d to the creature. You cause it to restore, and then you can heal a number of times. Okay, so you get 1d6 hit points, and then it can heal a number of times. Yeah, so it can do 1 time plus your spellcasting ability modifier minimum of twice. So it would be thrice, yeah. You can do it.
So
you
he
can
can
just like, use all your through the and just
So
say it
I
happens
should
in
throw
one round.
3d6 and then tell him how many times he can heal himself.
Yeah.
So-
You are a creature you can see moves, and
All he would have to do then, if I cast it while we're resting, is dance inside of the spirit.
yeah.
So rolling 3d6 in D&D Beyond now, total 16.
Okay, and just check off the spell slot.
So how much would 16 give you? Does that make you slightly less ouch?
well, yeah, it does. It does make me. It gives me almost. I'm almost as vitalized as I can be, revitalized.
Nice.
Awesome.
So I think I'm good, but I'm still gonna complain about something that aches a little bit.
There's like a splinter on
I
your
get
foot
lower
where you
back
keep-
hurts all the time.
Yeah,
People
there's
like
like
Suck
it
it
missed
off,
one spot on like the arch of my foot, and it just like
you just
taking
limp
like
all
at
the
least
time.
a foot. Yeah, the one hit point went directly to the arch, and I'm just like, man, this is a pain in my butt.
Yeah. Pain in the foot.
Blew out my flip flop and stepped on a.
Yes.
Somebody beat me up in an alley.
Blew out
Um,
my flip flop. Stepped on a pop top. Somebody beat my ass in a back alley.
So you have that going for you, which is nice.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is
Um,
nice.
Is there anything else you guys do during your long rest? Not your long rest, your short rest.
Take a short rest off a long pier. No, I'm good. What's Mortal up to?
Good.
Mortal. Wait, how is Mortal doing?
Yeah.
I think Mortal might be just fine. I should.
Let me hover over the Twitch window. It tells me that Mortal. I can't tell because it says it wants me to gift sub.
Yeah.
F11. Still doesn't work. There we go.
Yeah.
But I cannot find out about Mortal. Mortal is unknowable. I yell F11 out loud for the entire neighborhood to know that I wanted to get this frame off this damn browser window so I could see what Mortal's hit points are, to which I did not learn at all.
But he's a fool. And I do not know if anything's saved as far as like the characters from the last battle. Let me see. Yeah, he's fine. The only thing
From 21 days ago, we have Thug's turn.
Yeah. The one issue is he has a spell slot used up. I wonder if he has anything to recover that one spell slot. I don't think he does. No. No. Okay. Also got to remember that when I have the alchemical savant thing, where whenever he casts a spell using his alchemist supplies as a spellcasting focus, which is any time, he can gain a +4 bonus to one roll of the spell. That roll must restore a hit point or be a damage roll that deals acid, fire, necrotic, or poison damage. I gotta remember that. Alright. So, presumably, I believe you guys are making your way over to the Devil's Nook.
The establishment where ladies of the night hang out?
Yeah. Or other. Or men or other. Yeah.
Persons
Ghosts
of the night.
of the night?
Person night.
Corporeal or otherwise?
I was gonna say humanoids of the night, but it might just be creatures of the night.
Yeah,
I mean,
creatures of the
Fantasy
night.
World brothels just it opens up an entire department store of
Exactly.
like, how do you want to DM this?
Yes. But yeah, you guys can let me see if I have you guys. Now, what I will say is, does Solero want to summon Chavo to his side for this to come into the brothel, or not yet?
Not yet.
Socially, if you take a goat to a brothel, is that a kind of thing that?
It's,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Might be
give
gauche.
the wrong impression to anybody who might. It's awkward if you bring an animal into a brothel, right?
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah, you leave scabbers
fair.
at home.
People
Yes.
are going to assume I do something with my friend the goat that I
Yeah.
don't want them to assume, so I'm going to leave him behind for now.
But now, if it was just a place where you put like copper pieces down while people took their clothes off, taking your goat friend with you might make a little more sense.
Yeah.
But that is more of a watch don't touch situation. Where bringing your goat seems like it would be a faux pas.
Yeah. All right. So you guys make yourself over
To the devil's lettuce.
the Devil's Nook. Let me make sure I have.
The lettuce or cabbage?
I mean, it's jazz cabbage.
Jazz cabbage. The devil's
Yeah,
lettuce.
that's genre specific.
Why?
Like,
Okay. Damn it. Why is it when I start playing and I start DMing and I start streaming, I can't double click things at all ever on the map and have them pull things up?
I could not tell you.
or you have mouse issues.
No, I think it's just a somehow computer issue. Like the okay, let me.
Because you'd think for as much as computer switches, like key switches are like the hot thing, like they'd figure out mouse switches to where they'd last more than a couple years.
All right.
I finally had to replace the mouse switches in my mouse, and I'm thinking I might replace the right button one again with a higher resistance, so I don't keep accidentally right-clicking.
That's right. You're too strong. You've been exercising. You're like Goku
Yeah.
when he took his armor off.
Yes.
You're both old enough and not old enough to get that reference,
Yes.
Exactly.
and you missed it both ways.
All right. Let me. Okay.
But I
so,
bet Teletubby jokes hit with you real well.
all right. I'm gonna go ahead and
I
activate.
found Teletubbies creepy.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you into the map.
Oh, hey.
I'm gonna do something. Do something for. Okay.
So do you
making
remember when Sneak King was at Burger King's, Mr. Squiggles?
No, I do
You
not.
don't? Okay.
What?
I have.
You weren't you don't
wait,
remember
no.
the pocket, right? The big bump in and Sneak
I'm not
King.
pressing save
No.
changes,
Do you
Like-
remember?
We were not a Burger King family, for one
Do you
thing.
remember the commercials?
Big
No.
clucking chicken. It's big and it's chicken. Yeah, that is. I think that has gone down as like one of the worst marketing pushes ever. While it raised awareness of Burger King, it made their sales drop like a whole bunch. Like,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
Okay. All right. Well, so
Speaking of the Sneak King, look at us.
okay, there.
Got Pseudo Dragon. We got our hippie. No, we don't.
No, you don't. Not yet. Not at this time. Yeah, you kind of walk up to this place. It is a very upscale looking building. Kind of like wood facade with like decorative like stone structures as part of it. It is about I would say it's a one-story building, about like let me see this. About 10, like a little over like 10 feet high, or like a little bit like 15, maybe 15 feet tall, and like it looks fascinating from the outside. You can see from here you get a kind of a view of like the entrance, and you can see that is a very solid door, very solid wood door with a closed right now peephole in it, or not a peephole, like a slide peep view, or like a view like somebody would like open to like address somebody outside, but without opening the
Like
door.
the scene from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's see.
And it says in astral script, "Do not yuck others' yums."
It does seem like, I would say, it does seem like a place that with that view of the door, you can infer that this is a place that is not necessarily just open the door and walk in. But what would you like to do?
Knock on the door. Boom, boom.
Are you
Knock,
gonna?
open up the door, it's real.
Who's good at talking to people? Because
I
I'm not.
am, which is why I knocked on the door.
Oh, you
I was going
did,
to say
okay.
probably the bard. I would hope.
Yeah.
I hope the
Pseudo
bar-
It's kind of
dragon.
what the bards are supposed
No.
to be good for.
Oh, that doesn't mean I'm going to be successful, but I'm going to be the one that fails.
Okay.
Knock, knock,
alright,
knock.
So you go. Up the
How
door.
high is this peep slot?
It's about.
Tippy-toe?
You can address whoever's there if you walk back a bit, but it's
Okay.
definitely like at a medium-sized humanoid height, maybe a little higher.
All right. Well, I
So you
will assume the
knock.
position.
And you're do, or like knock.
Knock,
and
knock, 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 knock.
The small sliding window opens up, and the kind of the eyes of what seems like an orc looks out, is like, "Oi, what's the password?"
Rutabaga. I reach it for knock, 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 knock. I'm gonna grab a couple gold pieces.
You're just displaying that? Are you gonna say anything to like convince them?
I'm gonna shrug, and then show some gold pieces.
Is there do these gold pieces, do they have someone's face on them? It's like, what's the password? Benjamin Franklin.
Yes.
Who's like
Augustus
Goldilocks.
Temple Tongue the 14th.
Password is Goldilocks.
Ulysses Bugbear the 14th. Yes.
So I will say try a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Persuasion with disadvantage. Okay.
A little bit more.
That'd be a 14.
Yeah. Lucy thinks about it for a second. Just closes the door. Just piss off. Shuts the door. Shuts the window.
Well, we tried.
Okay.
What could
so,
we have done more?
I mean, one of us could like hang out by the door and listen for someone to say the password. That's all I've got.
Yeah. How's this place supposed to get new customers? This is bad business.
We even have money. I thought that's what this whole thing was.
Yes, I thought that was the entire exchange. that was the transaction that occurs at these establishments. I bring the coin.
You bring the wares.
And the loin.
It's a.
I got the money,
He's
honey. You got the time. You got the money, honey. I got
So what would you guys like to do? You're gonna do what Summers says?
Give up. I don't know.
And try to eavesdrop.
Mortal. Well, do you have any ideas? Mortal, come clean. Are you familiar with this place?
No, I've never.
Do you know doing any passwords? Oh.
This kind of stuff, not really my thing. I mean, turtles really. Don't
look
really
at
think
us.
about that. Turtles really don't think about that until like we're about to, finish up on life and it's ready for us to mate. So it's kind of we're kind of tied to our.
Well, this isn't the place where you look to settle down and lay some eggs, so to speak. This isn't really a nesting place.
Yeah.
Where can we? How does one find? Can we like look around for any for Johns in the area that we can shake down and assault for information? That sounds terrible. That sounds like a bad idea.
I mean, Summer had a good idea. I mean, I don't know. We could try that.
We're gonna do hiding again. Let's hide again, guys. We're great at it.
Hiding works better if you don't move.
Yes.
Or something.
Yeah.
We were successful at hiding, just not catching up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at hiding, and I like to think Summer's pretty good at listening, so I don't mind.
Okay, well, how about you
hanging
do that?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you guys
I'm
want
good
to
with
position yourself anywhere particular out here?
So where exactly is the door? Can you like cover?
It's over by me.
It's over by. You can move yourself around, kind of like if you want. Just to be able to. So like.
No, maybe not.
Brett, where are you? I don't see you on the map.
I'm by the door.
Move towards me.
I cannot move myself.
You're not able to
There
see
I
it
go.
because
There you
he's
go.
in the fog of war.
Yes.
Just gonna hang out right there.
He's gonna.
All right. I'm gonna sneak.
I'm Alright, let's see. I'm gonna try to find the thing real quick so that I have the information. Yeah, you guys are gonna just sneak off somewhere else and okay.
Leave it to our kitty lady.
Okay,
Yes.
so go ahead and move yourself out of, or maybe find another alleyway or somewhere else to
I go.
be.
Chill with the pseudo dragon. I almost said ender dragon. I was like, nope.
Yeah, and
nope.
also,
Yeah, we're gonna, yeah.
I would say so. And it's worth noting, you also see, over here on this side, you do see a side gate over here, and you guys, and over here on the right side, y'all can see like an alleyway. It's not a gate, like you can't open. There's no door to open, but there's a fence. I'd say like 12-foot high fence, and an alleyway, and you can see that the building ends and it turns left. And in summer you can see what you can see on the map from where you're at, but you do notice that little side gate. It's like 15 feet high. And it's topped with like razor wire something akin to like a razor wire, so kind of over the top. There's a gate in the way.
Am I the only one who noticed the gate?
I imagine if anybody stopped by, unless somebody else went to the left and past the door, I think you're the one that's standing there and you notice that that's there. Just as like a possibly a throughput.
Okay.
Let's use the door over here. This guy can't. Okay. Getting it both ways. Okay, and all right, so you kind of stand there. I imagine you're kind of like just what are you doing? Are you trying to like be inconspicuous there? You're kind of like playing it cool.
Yeah, just kind of leaning up against the building, arms crossed, just kind of looking around, maybe trying to look like I'm waiting for somebody.
Yes, so. Okay. 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 Alright, yeah, just give me a deception check.
Give me just a sec. I'm trying to get to my character thing, and there's like, because I didn't have the windows at like a weird aspect ratio.
Yeah.
There's crap in the way, and I couldn't hit the button. There we go. Okay. So you said a deception?
Yeah.
Man, that's my worst. Okay. I get a negative.
Oh no.
13, that's not bad.
Let me see. So you see, it kind of like pay no attention to the token. I just pulled a stat block, but you see somebody in kind of very like out on the town attire with like a coat with some like very nice tailored like tunic pants, like a ornate little belt, and like a nice shirt. You know, like I would say a human male, like slick back hair, slick black hair.
He don't worry because his wallet's fat.
Yeah. He kind of like walks by, just maybe glances over, but doesn't really pay you any mind. He knocks on the door. Kind of looks around. And you can see the orc open up the window. Open up the window. Give me a perception check. Let's say.
Oh no.
You have there's crickets going on. You're a little bit distracted.
Damn crickets.
You unfortunately you don't quite make out what he's saying because he kind of like whispers it. Whispers it into that, and you just kind of like. And you kind of are a little bit distracted by the bug noises and thinking about that Eastern Gate and what might be a pathway that way. And oh, yeah, you remembered you're supposed to pay attention. And before you knew it, he opens up the door and lets the noble in. Closes.
Well, that didn't work so well.
A couple minutes later, you do see let's say let's say a very a kind of brutish gentleman come up here and let's make it different. Okay, so like a brutish, like a little bit more blue collar attire, but like dressed up. Like it's somebody who's dressed up in their one good outfit, but with like a tough exterior, like a slightly shorter. If you really, they're half elf, so they're slightly portly for a half elf. As far as you can tell. Let me see. And they knock out the door. They knock on the door, and they're trying to be. Let's make it this. It's the same thing. Okay. You're gonna roll a perception. Yeah, beat a 2.
Come on.
Am I rolling a perception? This is a perception.
The odds.
Yeah, I rolled it publicly just because I was gonna make it his stealth versus your perception as opposed to the other one. Okay. It's like he's kind of like a little bit like tired, maybe a little bit like he's been pre-gaming. He knocks out. The guy's like, "What's the password?" He's like, "Was it Inferno Infernus. Oh, sorry. Infernus. Shh. The orc is like, idiot. Shh. I'm like, all right, come on, get in here. And then he lets the guy in.
Sweet. Alright. So I'm gonna casually just kind of walk on by. And then go over here to the gang. I got the password, everybody. How do you want to do this? Oh, and by the way, there's also a gate we could check out if anyone's curious. It's pretty big gate. Some like razor wire stuff at the top. Thoughts?
That could be something we could, worst comes to worst, an escape plan? I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I don't think I can input too much here, because I'm guessing that me not getting into the door.
What? Oh, I've been removed from the call. Daisy removed
That
me from
was
the call.
hilarious. That's great.
That was stupid. I don't even know how that happened.
Fuck Petey and only Petey.
I didn't even
Get
know
on
that
out
was
of here.
possible.
I didn't know there was a fuck Petey button. But
Yeah, how did that even
Daisy
happen?
doesn't even know what it is.
I was like, I heard that
no
noise.
idea.
I'm like, what?
Oh my
And
God,
everybody
I'm
went
sorry.
quiet. I'm like, what's happened?
Guys?
Oh,
Oh my God, stupid. Sorry. Okay, so do we like? I don't know. I have a bad feeling about all of us knocking on the door and being like, "Hey, who would come
You know.
in?" And I kind of feel like it shouldn't be Toby now.
No, I think
Yeah.
Toby is already is gonna have to find a way to help in other ways.
so it's got to be fucking me or you, I guess.
Or Mortal, but I don't think Mortal wants to go in.
Yeah, yes. Let's make Mortal the NPC go deal with the other NPCs. That's that.
Solera, do you
It's
want to
like
draw?
those times when Nolan North talks to Nolan North in Batman games.
Do you want to draw? Do you want to draw straws, or you want to take one for the team? Because I'm also
Yeah, so-
wondering,
Huh?
a female tabaxi walking into a brothel. I don't know how these
Never know.
people handle something like that.
I
You never
can.
know.
Infernus is what I'm looking at, right?
Infernus, yeah.
Yes, is the password.
Change something on the Foundry character sheet. I can make this. I can make this happen. Infernus.
And we're really
So-
we're just really here looking for Midrin.
Yeah.
Sure we are.
Information.
Yeah, information on Midrin.
Midrin.
Nothing like
husband.
going into a brothel asking where somebody's husband went. Be prepared for
Yeah,
that
do I
not
know-
to work out very
What
well.
do I know what I'm who I'm looking for? Like,
I mean, yeah, you can look. You can ask questions about you have the description of the guy, the noble human guy, general description, like dirty blonde hair, just like a little bit not quite middle age, but
He's a half elf, right? That's what I have
Half-elf,
in my
yeah.
notes. Yeah.
yeah, half elf.
Often cranky.
That is cranky. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Alright, guys. I'm trying to go in. We'll see what we can see here. Then I'll knock.
You knock, and the door opens like, "Oi, what's the password?"
Kookaburra dingo.
What? Okay. Did you say Inverness and whisper it?
Yes, I whispered in.
Sorry,
He might be allowed.
You need to do stage whisper, not actual whisper.
Inverness.
The mic didn't pick it up.
It didn't pick it up at all.
You know that.
Barely. I think I heard
did.
it.
I heard like.
Well.
It was hilarious. It was like, what? I was like, all right. So he closes the window and then opens the door, and you can walk in. And so here, before you do anything, it's kind of like you walk into this entry hall. As you can see, there's a person there.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll not just bust into the room like I.
Like, what's going on? Running around in different places. You can see, like, you walk into the room and you got plush carpet leads into like the large, mostly empty room. A wide desk kind of faces the front door, and behind it you see standing a tiefling, dressed in an impeccable suit, very like tailored with like nice intricate. Look, again, tokens are not to be considered sacrosanct for like looks. I get whatever tokens I can find, but it's more of like a suit than it is that like open chest robe anything. But like with little like decorations and little linings. But like to the right of the door, a large half-orc wearing a snappy vest and carrying a large sword is there. And he stands at the desk. He watches you go. Welcome to the Devil's Nook. Are you a returning customer, or do we have a new patron with us?
Yeah. Why? But how did I find out the password? My first time around here. Heard through the grapevine that this is one of the best places to be.
Yes.
I bet you wonder how I knew the password. Boom. That's heard through the grapevine jokes, folks.
Well, wonderful. We're always excited when one of our patrons brings a new referral. Let somebody know about our establishment. Since it is your time, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of the tour. As I try to be able to move the map.
Table, I guess.
As I try to move the map so that I can interact with things. Yes. Is it kind of, you see that he's like very clean shaven, very handsome man. Right this way. I will give you the tour myself. And he walks you over through this like kind of like this nice wooden door that's open. These double doors that is open to this establishment. And here you see. I didn't have the tokens out, but just imagine that there's characters in those couches. As you can see, there's a dimly lit room. There's like sconces throughout the area. The dimly lit room is sectioned off into like private spaces. There's lush couches with beautiful people in them. And then you can kind of like, as you walk by, you can kind of like catch a glimpse of there being a bar past up north. And besides that, you don't see much of anything else. You do see that there's a pair of like guards. Again, rough, salt of the earth, rough expression and exteriors. Two human one male, one female, but very stoutly built, but with like you can tell the over like armor. There's some like nice vests that seem to be like like issued uniforms to like look nice, and they have like nice slacks. Even though you can kind of tell that there's like armor underneath, so that they're like these goons, but they're like been made to like put on this vest and this like these pants. It's kind of comical. Let me show you around. Here today we have a slew of wonderful companions. As it he walks you through the various couches and rooms. We have Eldris, a half-elf male. Him. He enjoys the dancing and painting and the finer things. He's not a big fan of like physical labor, outside the bedroom, of course. Here we have Kelsis.
Can you really call that labor?
Yeah. Kelsis. We have Kelsis, a halfling female. Her. She's a bit of a drinker, and she likes a rough and tumble. She's not a big fan of boring things. We have Evereth, human. They, them, gender neutral. They love to hear about magic and adventure and things like that. But of course, the conversation choices are up to you. We also have Urak, a half-orc young lady. Her. And you walk by, you see a half-orc, very buff, very muscular half-orc woman. She can.
More details, Petey. What can she do?
She enjoys working out. She
yes,
works
and
hard and plays hard.
Yes, and she likes working out and
work hard, play hard.
Yeah. All right, we have.
thanks, Wiz.
and this other thing. All right, and then we have Crook, a lizard folk.
A lusty Argonian maid.
A lizard folk male. Him. He's great for conversations and things like that. He's good. He's great. He's a great listener and loves to have. He can tell you great stories, and he enjoys kind of debate and things like that. And we also have Shift. They are our doppelganger, gender fluid. They like to embody different identities, and they have a great, they love to read people, and they love understanding people and understanding their workings. So you have a plethora of options of conversations and good times. I'm going to copy and paste the whole thing. Holy crap!
Oh jeez.
Alright, let me copy and paste it into something else.
Lorem ipsum.
Dolor sit emet.
Oh, set to custom? Oh, it was
You pasted it in Comic Sans. I just can't.
well, it was like the polyglot, because I have the character selected. I guess he doesn't have a common specifically set as his language, so I was talking as that character as I don't know.
That's great.
Okay.
So
I'll give you this.
You got the entire menu here, Drew. Those watching at home.
And so, I'll say he walks you through. There, and well, you can always speak to a companion. Anytime if you're not before that, you can always enjoy beverages and food at our bar. We also have a nice seating area where chairs by the fire that we can rest, and we have a couple of our other patrons here resting resting and conversing and having drinks with others. It's, sometimes
a voyeuristic beholder.
Some people come, don't speak to a companion at all, and just simply have a relaxing time. We're very there's a value to having a private, exclusive establishment like we have here. Some people like that. Some people like the quiet seclusion. Just as ahead of time, if you wish to spend the night with a companion, the cost for a night would be 100 gold pieces. Anything beyond that is something that will be discussed with the companion. You will also discuss issues of consent and what would you like to do, and all that conversation will be had with your companion. Be sure to enjoy yourself. Thank you for being with us. We're glad to have you. I will go back to my station. Enjoy your evening. As he kind of like gives you kind of like a very courteous bow. And kind of like walks away.
Time to purchase a human. Or a lizard folk. Actually, there was a human, I guess.
So,
yeah, there was a human, half-elf.
I want to go.
Where did you go? Oh wait.
Oh, over here.
Sorry. I was highlighting. I couldn't see because I had he would have introduced himself. My name is Karthos. He's Karthos. That was the introduced himself because that is correct.
Karthos, he's really mad.
Yeah.
He throws some swords.
So yeah, you see here. You just see some patrons, like a couple, like you see over here and over here. What seem like very nobly dressed, very nicely dressed, handsome musicians.
Yeah, there'd be musicians in the brothel.
Bars.
Bill Bailey.
That's
just
right, coming from
with drinks and
I hate to
Toby
say it, but
being
it'd be a bassist. It'd be one of ours.
Yeah. But you see a very finely dressed nobleman. I would say exactly how you see it on the token, kind of like a very chin strap, very nose up in the air, also enjoying drinks. They're kind of like having casual conversation. You have if you saw the guy that gave away the password is over here. Is this guy? I gave him a different token, but is the because you see him in he's just sitting there and trying nodding and during the conversation. You can tell that like the conversations are about art and about music and art pieces and things like that. You can tell he's like the guy that's like, I know what words you're talking. I know what words you're saying.
He's trying to be cool.
But yeah, he's
the coolest guy at the sex depot.
Yeah.
Because prostitution became legal nationwide.
I mean, it's like the social event that is. Like it's a hookah bar or something.
I want like same iconography, all orange, just sex depot.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got lawn and garden. You got lumber.
You can do it. We can help.
That's right.
Yes.
Get the Homer bucket.
First thing I thought of was a giant warehouse store full of just naked people. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Sorry.
And then
Sorry.
what you would in it, I would say the presentation of the companions are they're just simply sitting on the couch, on each couch, just kind of like eyeing whoever's coming in, maybe with a drink in forward. Like the half elf was kind of like sitting back, very casual. The half orc was kind of like sitting, man spreading, and just kind of sitting there with a drink, just like with like a cask of ale. And the halfling was very, like similar. She was actually just standing around, just kind of like dancing to whatever music she's got going on in her head. Like, and she had a cask of ale as well, just like only halfling, and like the human Everth, there just kind of like cross-legged, very lovely, handsome features, and they're just having like a glass of wine, and looking through a book on the history of magic and things like that. The lizard folk, yeah, it was like similarly like very like upright, cross-legged, very put together, and also kind of like has a glass, like a highball glass of some kind of like hard liquor, like they're just kind of sipping, and also kind of looking through a book on like Taldori politics. Taldori being the other continent that kind of like across the Lucidian Ocean, and the history of Taldori politics and that. Shift is you can say it's a doppelganger, so it's like this gray figure, like vaguely humanoid, and they're just like observing people. And then here you kind of like you see here you see that where I described those four people. There's a gentleman at the bar, kind of like a very bro-ish but very noble attire, very like nice suit, but like stout of chin, handsome face. I would say human. It seems like it's somebody, a patron at the bar, and then like you see it's just like guards, uniformed guards, and wherever you see like the thug, quote unquote thug token. Yeah, these guys, they're not all identical, like as opposed to what the token would indicate. I just don't have that many design tokens that I could like pull out.
It's a token in a way that the thuggish works. Okay, so by nature of what this is, I know I'm eventually going to need to talk to one of the purveyors of ill repute. I want to be kind to them. While I'm walking over to the bar to grab a drink, is there anything in particular that I hear these people say, or that I can tell off of this guy?
Give me a perception check.
Shake it, baby.
Normal?
Yeah, just a regular perception check.
Yo!
Nook Duke 'em. Half orc.
I was like, I got
you're
the
able...
voice.
Yeah. It's almost. Oh damn. I'm gonna say. All right, I can't let a natural 20 go by without giving you something.
Yes.
Technically, there's no critical like successes and like skill checks, but come on, you gotta honor a natural 20. Like, that's just the rule. That's just the law. I would say like there's you kind of stand there and you're observing, you're listening to the idle conversation, and it's mostly just idle gossip, and about the town, about noble people. A lot of like, I remember when she was with that guy. I remember like all just like. And like just talking shit about like all like different like noble people that you probably don't know, but somebody was sleeping with somebody. Oh, I remember when he was swearing up and down that like he had the biggest business and exporting things to Taldori, but it turned out that it was all like bullshit and there was no actual business. Like just a lot of gossip, but. There are some like moments where they quietly hush, and they talk a little bit about like it's how the boss of this place, and they kind of like you pick it up on it. They try not to let the guard hear, and the guards are not particularly bright individuals. They're just kind of looking at people, just trying to be mean looking. But they're not necessarily have high perception and things like that. They're not high wisdom characters, or high intelligence characters. No, perception is wisdom. Yeah. No, perception. Yeah. So they mostly are able to kind of talk a little bit under the voice, but you pick it up, and you hear them talking about like, well, I mean. This guy, the boss, is, they seem to be. They talk a little bit of like gossips. You don't know if much of it is apocryphal, but talk about like, almost to the point of like, wondering if the brothel side is the real business, or if there's something else going on. They know that there's like a whole like warehouse. That they hear something about like
it's so bad for organized crime that they have to make crime out of their like they've got to have a brothel like front for criminal activity. That's double of that's sorry, like, I'm outside right now. I hear none of this.
You hear none of this. But they wonder like there's like a whole warehouse and they're like wondering like why would you need like a warehouse, like,
the sex depot,
and like a brothel, and things like that.
Aisle 26.
And that door back there is like heavily guarded. Yeah. And then like they just kind of like, and this all it's less investigative and more like just idle gossip. Like I wonder what's going on here. Like oh, it's kind of nefarious. Who knows? Some excitement. It's very gossipy, but there's just a general idea, and then general things about the owner, and seeing like, well, there's a couple people we see talking like they're in charge. I mean, we see that half elf guy come in the door, and then we see that weird red guy every once in a while come out from the back, and it's like, I mean. But like that, which one of the guys is the boss? They treat both guys like they're in charge, and it's like they're playing off of each other, or like they have some other conversations. It's like, but yeah, there's just a lot of that, and mostly touches into the subject before going back to dribble, like. About who's fucking who and
that boring sex talk.
But it all interesting for gossip purposes, and all if you are one to gossip, but seemingly probably not related to what you were doing here. You know, like who's fucking who and who's being true and who don't even care anymore.
That's why we call him Mega the Rash.
Yes. You know, did you hear about the time that some people? Did you hear the story about Mega the Splash? Yeah, that's pretty much kind of like the gossip they hear.
So that's the gossip I hear. Okay. Mental note. So I walk up to the bar and I ask the bartender what they have to drink.
Yeah, there are like a slew of several wines, like deeper red wines, like something like a Sauvignon or a Merlot, or you can have like white wines. They have a couple different beers on tap. They have liquors. They have like whiskey, beer, and wine.
Gotcha.
But like
Okay.
but a nice selection, like a couple of nice different ages of whiskey and
Sorry,
and
there
some
was
nice
that.
and some nice local wines and things like that. They also offer some good like various. I'm not gonna go into details, but various like hors d'oeuvres because I can't like draw them all up in my head, but like various like
Some
appetizer finger foods, some really nice like some nice high quality foods and finger foods and things like that to eat, and a couple selections of pipe tobacco, and things like that, and various things to smoke.
Rocks. Little tiny crystals.
Like a couple
Go
of different
Pebbles.
varieties of tobaccos. Like
There's this stuff that looks like it's
Okay. So
VHS tape
For-
cleaner.
I'm gonna buy 2 drinks. Myself a whiskey, and then I ask the bartender if he knows what Eldris prefers.
He likes he likes a few different things. He likes a good cocktail, a good mixed cocktail, something fun and festive. You know what? I'll make you his usual, and if you'd like.
Does he take that with a smoke?
Eldris, no. Eldris, he doesn't usually take with us, but a couple of the companions do, but I think he prefers just a good drink. He likes to sing as well. You know, sometimes he's not a professional singer, but he loves to sing at home while he's on the streets, while he dances. So he usually likes to protect his voice. So he just likes a good cocktail and to spend time like dancing and so. All right, let me go ahead and whip you that up right now. And
All right.
kind of like, what's a good like, Matt, name a good like festive cocktail that makes you think of like dancing.
Dancing. You said festive, and I was just gonna say Rumplemints.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Like,
I don't drink, and I know.
like a fucking Jaeger bomb.
Right?
Like, if
Yeah,
it's
honestly,
you
dancing.
get turned.
Vegas bomb.
Yes. God awful.
Like
Does it need to be classy?
probably a little bit
Cosmopolitan.
classy.
Okay.
Like,
Man, Yeah, classy,
Uh,
festive. I'm overthinking this, I know.
A Tom Bombadil.
Right.
For some reason,
I guess maybe like a cosmopolitan.
Yeah, that'll work. A Cosmo. And that's a little like something akin to a Cosmo. And you see like they take a martini-esque glass, and pour together a cosmopolitan, and they hand it to you. Let's see what is. Let's see. Drink. Mug.
A frothy mug.
I would say,
Well, now you say that. That
he didn't ask me.
You what mug?
I know. A slow gin fizz. I was thinking about a Ramos gin fizz anyway, which is good if you want your bartender to hate you, or if you know that they love you, you can get a Ramos gin fizz.
Something like that. Either Cosmo. Ramos gin fizz.
Like, they don't know what song I'm thinking of that has gin fizz in the lyrics.
The sugars and older sours and
Loretta
that's
Lynn.
fun. But yeah, but yeah, they mix up a nice little Cosmo to drink. It's like one gold piece of covered drink.
Okay. That's not bad. Hand over the gold piece.
Event
I
pricing.
I'll hand over. I don't want to seem like I'm flashing too much cash, but I want a tip. I hand over 3.
Wonderful. They take your gold and store it accordingly. And it's like, and then they kind of like put the whiskey in a nice whiskey glass. But a ornate little glass, and the martini glass with the cosmopolitan in there, and they set both in front of you.
Okay. I tip, and then I make my way with both drinks back past the group here, I guess.
Yeah.
And make my way. You said.
I would say, yeah, Eldris would be in this couch right there.
Gotcha. So then, nope, can't do that because.
You can also just use your arrows. And we'll just do theater of the mind as far as like the conversation. Alright, let me put this back in this feed. Alright, let me if I can.
Oh.
Where is it?
Oh, I'm missing.
Damn, I gotta make that later. I'll do that later. I had those set up, but I forgot that I'll do that later. Yeah, no. And there's you see Eldris, very handsome male, kind of like almost like conducting an orchestra in their mind, and in his mind he's like, welcome. Oh, you have drinks. Nice to meet you. Go ahead, have a seat.
Oh, thank you. And I hand him his drink, and I sit down.
Yeah, you sit down. It's like, well, how are you this fine evening? Are you spending the night well? Are you healthy? Are you feeling well in these times?
I am actually feeling great. My first night here, and I heard through a friend of mine about this place. Heard you might be a good conversationalist to see from him.
Yes. We can definitely discuss that. Well, enjoy this drink. Did you wish to go in private, and we can start spending our evening together?
Sure.
Yeah. So, and then kind of like he leads you up. May I? And kind of hold out his hand out, palm up.
I take his hand and
he kind of like leads you. Hopefully this is okay. To take your hand and like leads you off past. I'm gonna say like kind of like do this a little bit. I'll walk you here past these doors.
Through a wall. Cool.
Yeah, through a wall. You can just skip through the loop. Kind of like knocks. They open the door for him, and then he kind of invites you over to one of this room. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the official description of the inner parlor. You see this very like nice like long room. These two large lounges sitting in the center of the room. You can see guards guarding the north and south doors, and when you get in one a north door, and Eldris kind of casually sits in the lounge over on one side, kind of leaning but gesturing and looking over to the other side. I presume you sit down.
Yeah. He's sitting down. I'll sit down with him. But we still have these guards all in the room.
Yeah, they're just observing. It's like, all right, well, let's start with a little bit of the housekeeping, just so we've communicated. So the price for the evening is 100 gold pieces. It is for us to spend private time with each other. Understand that with this, I retain complete autonomy over my body and myself. I still have, I will, if I feel that I am safe, I will end things, and I will send you on your way. Just know that is a two-way street. You as well have complete autonomy over yourself. You do not have to do anything that you do not want to do. And a lot of this is going to be us talking back and forth. We'll go into details on whatever you would like to do, and your likes, dislikes, and what we're into, and we'll talk that out once we're in private, because not everyone wants everything out there, but just so that contractual part is understood out there. Just so you know, these rooms are extremely private. These rooms are guarded magically from divine magic, from divination. So nobody can hear inside, nobody can peer inside. So we are completely private.
Good.
Okay. Well, if I may have...
I can agree to that.
So, if I can go ahead and get the 100 gold pieces, I will have one of the gentlemen here store it for me.
Okay. And I'm sort of rummage through and I grab out the 100 gold.
Yeah,
Just sort of start and hand it over.
Yeah,
Put
wonderful.
my personal wallet at 850.
They look at it, and they glance at it, but they don't make a huge effort to like count it. They just kind of glance in there, kind of like just give it a shake, and then they hand it to one of the...
That weighs about like 6 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to, like, they double check, but they don't like get real. If stickler about it. He kind
Sure.
of come this way, and then it leads you to one of the rooms over here. It kind of leads you to this room. You kind of like walk in here, and then he kind of like, all right, well, now that we're in private, what did you have in mind for this
I
evening?
bounce up and I kind of sit on the bed and bounce up and down, and I say,
Bed jumping, wonderful.
Midrin wasn't joking about this place, huh? Sort of try to gauge his reaction as I say the name.
Yes, kind of like, give me an insight check.
Oh god. Normal insight. Whoa, Jesus.
Nice.
There's a look of recognition, and like you're talking about somebody that's a little odd, but not something that they necessarily fear or much of it, other than like recognition. Like, they recognize that name. They heard it before.
You're awesome. You're fine.
What would you like to do? We could have conversations. We could have fun times. We can have discussions about what your likes, dislikes, what your fetishes are. Are you leaning more towards something a little more pain play, or are you maybe a little more tickle play? Or are you just are you just gonna order off the value menu, or what do you like? What would you like?
I want to take it slow for my first night. I mean,
Wonderful. Yes.
I'm not super familiar with this place. It seems really nice. It seems nicer than I thought it would be. Very, very luxurious, everything.
Yes. It's wonderful, this place.
Who takes care of this place?
So we have bosses. We take care of ourselves when we have bosses. But we have a boss that takes care of the things, but we mostly take care of ourselves. And, they've outfitted us well. And they give us a nice place.
Boss good to you then?
Give me a deception check to make it seem like you're not trying to pry them.
It's a good thing we sent the least charismatic person in.
Hey, I tried.
Yeah, you did.
I actually have a +5 somehow, so I don't know.
Yeah. But
On deception at least. But that can help.
you seem awful curious about this place. I love. We can have conversation. We can dance together. But you seem awful curious about the inner workings of this establishment. Why is that?
I mean, like I said, I was coming into town to meet my buddy Midrin, and he didn't tell me much about this place. I just want to make sure I'm safe. I'm in good company all around.
Sweetheart.
Safety dance.
He kind of like, is this, is touch okay with you? Can I go ahead and touch you?
That'd be okay.
And they touch your
We're
chest.
going this way. Terms of service, Jesus.
He gently
We're on
touches
Twitch.
your
We can't go
chest.
that far, and I know that.
Yeah. No.
We're gonna spin the wheel next.
He simply touches your chest, kind of like genteelly. He's like, sweetheart, you don't have to lie to me. If you want information, something can be arranged.
We get a prostitute savant, everybody.
What would you like to know? I can tell you. I can give you some information about this place if you're trying to find out. It was a little bit of extra gold. I can, let's say, 250 gold. I can tell you all about this place, whatever you'd like to know, if you really want the information.
I am a little bit, but 250, you say? And can I get a can I pull a perception check to see if maybe he's not being as honest?
Yeah, you can give an insight check.
Insight. Okay.
Call him a noble. Okay, you have good wisdom?
It's only honesty happen. Only the most honest employees here at the Devil's Nook.
Yeah.
Did you roll?
I haven't rolled yet. No,
Oh.
I was waiting.
The Devil's Nook.
I would say that's a good roll for this. You feel you sense that there's still and there's not a change in demeanor. They didn't turn on you. They didn't go negative. They're not offended. He's not offended that this is what you're doing. He's not offended, and he's definitely he's honest. You know, he's pleasant and he's been pleasant. He's been cordial, but you can tell, like, you know, in this situation, business is always at the forefront.
Got you.
Yeah.
Poor likes money. Got it.
Yeah.
So in that case,
And you can tell that everything's been up on the up and up, and everything has been pretty honest and pretty straightforward, including the consideration aspects.
gotcha.
He
So
definitely does
I guess
like you.
my purse lightens to 502.
Go ahead and hand over the gold.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm gonna tuck this in a little pouch. Well, what would you like to know? This Midrin. I think I've heard that name. Could you describe this person to me?
He's a half elf of lighter hair, like a blonde ish hair.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. He's been coming around this place for about 2 weeks. He's got an office in the back through the warehouse. You know, he kind of like keeps his own private office. The brothel, you know, because Port Damali is very open-minded. They're not, for a lot of establishments, they're not gonna be too harsh on certain establishments, especially us, that we haven't given them reason to really look too hard at us. The brothel is kind of like the not the main business. They have this kind of a side business, smuggling goods back there. I don't know exactly what. I kind of stay out of that, but I do get curious sometimes. Like, like that time was like, you're not curious, but then you're curious. You know, like and then but I try not to know too much, you know. But they seem to be smuggling some goods back there. Yeah, that Midrin.
What, back where?
Back at that warehouse back there. It's
in the warehouse. Okay, that's where there's. Okay.
There's a warehouse.
Clarification.
Oh, and that Midrin, as he kind of like does the quotes. He's some kind of shape changer, but not like, you know, like my good friend over there. But he sometimes we'll see him as a half elf, but a lot of times we'll see him as a kind of a red-skinned humanoid with like very like sharp features. Ken tends to just assume that disguise when he goes out.
And he gets his own office?
Yeah, he has been running that. He runs that smuggling business for the establishment. It's kind of like the main one. It's kind of a lot of what they're protecting around here. It's been great because we kind of like it to run this place, a lot of it ourselves, and they trust us. And they just make sure we have guards to protect us. But it's been great running this place because we've been be able to just have a good living off of providing a great service and a great time for a lot of people. Even sometimes just a good conversation can go a long way for some of the people here in Port Damali.
So I'm guessing he doesn't take many meetings of other patrons here then.
No, he runs. He kind of runs his own thing. He kind of stays in the back. Maybe talks to people up front here, but he does his own thing, and we kind of do our own thing.
I think that's fair.
He kind of looks at you. He starts to like stroke your cheek. You really are a handsome man.
Well, really think I'm that handsome, huh?
Oh, of course.
Forget about my friends outside for a minute. I do have friends waiting, but might be able to spend an extra hour, we'll say.
Yeah, we can do whatever you'd like, as long as we communicate about it.
Can I rest?
Yeah.
Take a short rest with.
And then, as you guys take a short rest, outside, you're kind of like just like, that scene, the camera pulls back
to black.
and fades to black.
PG-13 movie. There's a fade to black.
And then, you know, as he kind of like approaches your face and approaches the Solero's face, like a kiss to the cheek, and it fades to black. And as that fades to black, everybody waiting outside, they take their short rest and hang out for the next hour or so. You know, wondering what's going on inside. That's where we're gonna call it for the evening.
Nice.
We're gonna call it when making sex. Yeah.
Yes.
You purchased sex.
Hey.
He purchased companionship.
And you also purchased information because money talks.
Yes, which everyone will find out about once they kind of like. And you have a very nice time together, and
You're gonna come out smelling like lavender and covered in glitter.
Wasn't.
And you're like, wait a
wasn't
minute.
counting-
There's a lot of dancing also involved. I'll say, not to get too much detail. There's very.
Come on, ride the train.
And
I didn't think about sexuality of my ranger, but bi seems okay. We'll go with it.
the bi ring.
I'm in.
And I forgot to describe the kind of the rooms, the private rooms. Room is like painted blood red, not blood red, but like a very like crimson red. Like that's the color. It's not blood stained, but it's just like very like crimson red to match the king size bed within. There's a small dresser that sits against the wall. The lights in here cast like everything in like a dim red glow. It was like, so it's very nice. But yeah, that's what we're calling for this evening. As Solero enjoys his companionship with another young another half elf. It's half elf on half elf action.
You don't have to put out the red torch.
But yeah, hope everyone had a great time this evening. Thank you all for being with us. Thank you for being with us here live, or thank you for being with us after the fact on VOD, as it were. Be sure to follow the channel at Rebelli TV, where we Rebelli TV here on Twitch as well as on YouTube. What the hell is happening with Matt's? I don't know why he shrunk. It's weird.
What the hell?
Oh, no.
But yeah, be sure to follow the channel at either place wherever you are. Follow the other one. Be sure to check out the schedule on Twitch. We do D&D on Tuesdays, Record Breakers on Wednesdays, which is our music podcast. We do Space Truckin' on Thursdays, where we play Starbound. We do I do PD Plays Fridays, where I do like a Let's Play series. Played different single player games. Right now I'm kind of going through Mass Effect still. I'm getting pretty deep in there. I'm almost, here's a spoiler, I'm probably gonna be doing Vermeer next, so look forward to that. But be sure to check out the schedule there. I'm also gonna probably be doing stuff on Mondays, but that'll be fly by ear. But yeah, I'll post the schedule on the page or on my Twitter at PDRave. Be sure to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube, follow Twitch, do all the calls to action. Until next time, hasta los huevos.
Toodaloo.
Bye-bye.
Hashtag find Luke.